Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get back on the channel. Brad Axe. Yeah, and he's fighting in the Jacob Brown on Andrium, probably said that completely wrong, in Brownsville, in his second fight against Julian Delgado over 4 rounds. Yeah, pleasure getting you back on, Brad. It was meant to be wasn't it meant to be fight day today, but this opportunity's come about.
Yeah, pleasure to be on, mate. Thank you for having me on. Sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry, pleasure to be on. Yeah, I was supposed to be fight day today. You were cool. And this opportunity come up and I grasped it with two hands and here we go. So we're a week out from fight week now, fight day now. Can't wait.
You would have been a bit silly not to take the opportunity, don't you think?
I think so, massively, yeah. So I had a phone call offering it to me, and I just think who I am as a fighter and my age. If I was like 21, then maybe I'd take my time a little bit more and build up slowly. I'm sure I said that to you in our last interview, but yeah, I'm 27. This is a way to jump up the rankings, and yeah, I would have been silly to say no. And had I have said no, watching it a week later on TV after fighting at York Hall, being like, "Oh, I could have beaten him," or that would have been cool to box there. Well, why didn't you? Because you said no. So I just think, let's go.
Fair enough, mate. So how did it sort of come about, this fight?
So I'd met up with John Trethewey, the promoter from TM14. I'm sure you've met before, Sam. Yeah, so met up with him, had a coffee with him, just sort of explained what I was like. And from there, I had a phone call about 2 weeks later from John explaining that basically there'd been a couple of pullouts, so they'd moved a couple of people round, and there was an opportunity for me to go out. Obviously, it was an early step up to a 50-50, bit of a risk, but would I like the opportunity? And I thought about it, went away, spoke to my management team, spoke to my coach, had a little look at Julian, what he's capable of, what he's achieved, and yeah, I thought, let's have it.
100%. I mean, I haven't personally seen much of Julian. I'll look into it later on this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you know about him?
So as an amateur, I think he had like 20 or 30 fights. He's only been boxing for a couple of years. Yeah, he's a good lad. He from the videos and clips and stuff that I've seen, he's aggressive. He likes to come forward, but he's quite what's the word, like unorthodox with it. He's a bit all over the place. So I just think I'm gonna. Well, I won't tell my game plan in case he's watching, but yeah, I know how to deal with him. The thing is, with my experience, I've been boxing for 11 years now. I definitely would have dealt with people like him before, whereas I don't think in his short career he'd have dealt with someone as experienced as me.
Of course, your last opponent, he was, what's the word? He was wild at times and a bit awkward. Are you expecting the same thing from Julian?
Yeah, maybe not as wild as that last guy I boxed, but yeah, similar sort of swinging shots at times. But I've just got to stay switched on, stick to my game plan, and I know I can beat him.
And he's 2-0, so he's only had one more fight than you. And has he had a 6-rounder, or do you know
Yeah,
on there?
they've both been 4 rounders. I know his first one went the distance, and then his second one he stopped the guy in the third round. So yeah, professional boxing wise, but yeah, he's had one more fight than me. That really. So yeah, I'm game and I'm coming with everything I've got.
And do you feel privileged to be boxing in America so early on in your career? Not many fighters, this early on in their career get to fight in America.
Absolutely, but like I say, not many fighters at all get to go and box in America. It's a dream for, I guarantee, every boxer that's ever put on a pair of boxing gloves before. Dreams about going to America and fighting there. And the fact that I'm doing it so early on in my career on such a big show with in such a big event is massive. And yeah, I'm proud of myself, proud of my team, and proud of what's to come.
Yeah, and of course, it's Spencer Oliver v Roy Jones as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so they're the team captains, which is cool. So some big boxing names there, and yeah, it's just an honour to be a part of it.
It's basically a mini version of the 5v5, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of promoters now are going down this face off with a different promoter, and it's good because at the end of the day, it brings on more 50-50 fights. You know what I mean? You look at a lot of cards that aren't promoter versus promoter, and I guarantee 90% of them you can tell me who's going to win because there's an A side and there's a B side. Whereas these promoter versus promoter shows are forcing these 50-50 fights. Like, let's be honest, if I was boxing at your call tonight, who'd I be boxing at this stage of my career? Probably a journeyman. Whereas this opportunity and this platform has not forced me into boxing at 50-50, but it's making a hell of a good show with I think it's dropped down to 7 now, 7 of us versus 7 of them, and they're all good top quality fights. It's what people want to see at the end of the day, isn't it?
And it's UK v USA. Do you believe that Team UK will get the job done?
Absolutely. I think we've got a hell of a strong team going out. I haven't looked much into the other guys' opponents, but I know that we've got a good squad when we go out there. Let's face it, it's in America, it's against America. We're all probably going to be around down when that bell goes. Let's face it, we know how it can be sometimes. However, I think if we've all got that in our head, we can all definitely edge it back and get the win. It's a nice trophy well that they've. I don't know if you've seen that little clip that they've posted, but in that clip, there's a bit on the trophy. It looks well smart.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, of course, there's you fighting Carvel Crocker, Ollie Duffy, Mason Dixon, Ben Norman, Harvey Horn. Probably missed. Oh, Ollie Duffy.
That's it. Yeah, I think that Ben Norman. I think his lad pulled out, so that's not on anymore.
No, I think it is because he's put something saying I saw something saying it was cancelled, and then saw something it's back on. I don't know what's happening with that.
Okay. Last I'd seen the group chat, yeah, it was cancelled, but maybe he's got someone else. That would be ideal because his flight and everything was booked. So fingers crossed. But yeah, like I said, it's a good team. And if we as a team win, we all get extra team bonus. So that's what we all want, I'm sure.
That's a bonus as well.
Exactly.
Do you know what sort of place on the card that you'll be, or when you're over there, you'll find out?
Yeah, I to be honest, I have no idea. I don't know what time the show starts. I don't know what time I'm on. I'll just roll with it. I know I'm going up there and boxing a 4-rounder, and anything else that happens in the meantime, I'll just show up and do what I got to do. I try not to let little things like that get to me or affect my mental state. Like, I just know that I'm going to the airport this time and I'm gonna have a fight in America. That's it. Like, if things start messing up with accommodation or what fight I'm on and it's not how I planned, that can get into my head. Whereas I'm just very much like, just go with the flow. I'll fight when they tell me to fight. And that's it.
Got what I was going to say now. Yeah. Have you got many people coming up?
So when I took the fight, I had in my head that no one would come. Obviously, just because of the location and how expensive flights to America are.
Yeah.
But I've actually got my wife, my son, my uncle, my brother, and then one of my sponsors, Adam Harper, his name is, from Fire and Evacuation Services. He's got family out in America, so he's going to see his family, and he's going to get an internal flight down to Brownsville to watch, which is unbelievable. Like, my support my whole career has been epic, but to get 5 people come out to America to watch me is just, yeah, crazy.
100%. And have you got a final message to not only your fans but people who may be watching you for the first time next week?
Yeah, just enjoy the show, and thank you very much for everyone's support. And I will box again before the end of the year. So I know that a few people have already bought tickets to this show that I was supposed to be on tonight. Obviously, people are gutted that they can't be there to watch me, but there will be an opportunity before the end of the year again to come and watch me. So stay tuned and yeah, enjoy it.
Good stuff. And as always, do you want to shout out your team?
Yeah, thank you very much. Just so for my coach, my management team, without them guys in the background doing what they do, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. Obviously, for my sponsors, Custom Wood Company, H&J Renovations, Current Renewables, and Fire and Evacuation Services. Just thank you for your ongoing support. And like I say, special mention to Fire and Evacuation Services that they're coming out and staying with me. So, yeah, epic.
And from me, thank you for your time as always, and good luck with the fight.
No, thank you, Sam. Always support, mate, and I'll always do the same. So thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you, mate. Bye.
Cheers, buddy.